what is your biggest tip for building a bigger booty? It's not your video. Here, don't knock it over. Don't knock over the ring light. Stop it. Don't talk back. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about vegan bulking. It's a common misconception that when you want to bulk and put on weight or put on muscle, either or, that doing so on a vegan diet could be more difficult because you're eating more plants, you're not getting enough protein from meat, all these different things. But I am here to tell you that there's no reason why you cannot bulk on a vegan diet. It's actually super easy. When it comes to bulking, there's literally just one rule, and that is you have to consume more calories than you burn. In theory, it doesn't matter where these calories come from. They can come from anything. As long as you are consuming more calories than you burn, you will put on weight or muscle, depending if you're working out or not. So, with that being said, yes, it is very easy to bulk on a vegan diet. You don't need meat, you don't need dairy, you don't need eggs, you don't need whey protein. You can bulk completely vegan and still see the same, if not better, results. So I started my bulk, technically I started it yesterday, but I didn't go back to the gym until today. I had a lot of stuff to do yesterday, like laundry and unpacking and all that fun stuff. So today was my first full day back at the gym on my bulk, and so far, it's only been 2 days, but I'm really excited for this bulk. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you what exactly I'm doing personally for my bulk, things that you can do if whether you're looking to just generally gain weight or if you're trying to gain muscle. You can use what I'm doing as an example. Hopefully it'll answer any questions that you might have or clear some things up for you. So let's get into it. Don't mind me if I look over to the side. I have my laptop and I wrote down literally like everything that I want to talk about, all the details that I want to mention. So I'm gonna be looking over here quite a bit. Actually, I'm trying to move it so it doesn't look like I'm totally looking away. I think that's better. Okay, anyways, so let's talk about the food first of part of my bulk, and then we'll get into the workout stuff later. So we'll talk about food first. So as far I used to tracking macros for me used to be, I guess maybe the right word is problematic. I never had like an eating disorder or anything like that, but when I had once tracked macros, it was to lose weight, and I talked about this in one of my other videos, but it affected the way that I viewed food. I was only looking at it for calories, and I wasn't really considering like nutrients or other macros. So I've healed my relationship I'm tired, you guys. I've healed my relationship with food since then, so that's why I'm tracking macros again, just to make sure that I'm getting enough of everything, not just calories, but carbs, protein, fat, fiber, vitamins, calcium, iron. I'm tracking all of those things just to make sure that I'm getting enough and that I'm hitting certain macros so that I can gain the muscle that I want to see. So if you're someone who struggles with an eating disorder, or you've been on the cusp with it, or your relationship with food is kind of rocky, I do not recommend counting calories. Like if you're someone who's predisposed to eating disorders, or you have an iffy relationship with food, don't track, just like focus on eating a lot. Just prefacing that. So my macros that I'm going to be trying to hit, I want to increase to 2,500 calories per day, but I'm starting at 2,100 because my stomach is very sensitive and it gets bloated very easily, especially, and I've noticed in the past, if I dramatically increase my calorie intake from say like 1,900, which is like my total daily energy expenditure, to 2,500 overnight, I get so bloated. So I'm gradually increasing my calories over time. I would say probably I'm gonna increase it by maybe 100 per week. So this week I'm at 2,100, next week 2,200, the following 23, and then once I get to 2,500, I'm gonna stay there. And then I'm gonna see how that plays out, see what kind of gains I'm making, if I'm making enough, or if I'm gaining too much fat that I don't, in areas that I don't want. I'll adjust as it goes. These are the macros that I'm saying now is just where I'm starting. And when I film like the second part of this video, the update, I guess, in a couple months when I'm done with the bulk, I will talk about what I ended up sticking with, or what kind of macros I ended up doing over the time. Also, when I track macros, I like to give myself like, I don't like to, how do I word this? I don't like to give myself specific numbers that I have to hit every single day. I like to give myself ranges or like minimum. So like, for example, I want to hit a minimum of 160 grams of carbs per day. More would be awesome, but at least a minimum of 160 and I'll be happy. That's just because I try to keep this as realistic as possible. I'm not gonna be able to eat the same every single day. Things in life are gonna pop up. You know, I might eat out, or I might be traveling, I might be, you know, somewhere that's not home, and I won't be able to hit my macros exactly. So when I give myself ranges and like just kind of minimums to hit, it makes it less stressful and more fun and just still more realistic for life that changes. A minimum of 160 carbs per day, a minimum of 80 grams of protein per day, but that's, like I said, the minimum. I am aiming more for like at least 100 grams of protein a day, so we'll see. But minimum of 80, like I said, depends on the day and where I am and stuff. And then a minimum of 60 grams of fat, good fats. This is more of a clean bulk than a dirty bulk. There's two different kinds. A clean bulk is when you are bulking on mostly clean foods, and my bulk will be consistent of 85% whole foods, and then the rest of it will be like treats or processed foods or whatever the case might be, but 85% of my bulk will be clean. Dirty bulk is just when you eat anything and everything, and that's like if you're someone who has a super fast metabolism and you need, like, you really want to put on weight and you're just, your metabolism is so fast, dirty bulk, just eat and eat and eat whatever you can to gain weight. Some people just have too fast a metabolism and they have to just like eat everything in sight. My metabolism is not like that, so I'm clean bulking. I'm clean bulking because I want to make gains while still nourishing my body with healthy foods. And I also want to try and limit the amount of body fat that my body produces during this bulk. But when you're eating more calories than you're burning, body fat is usually inevitable to come along with the gains as well. So it's just something that's kind of, it's part of the process, it's part of the bulk. I know that, but I'm gonna see if clean bulking, if there's less body fat development than if I were just eating anything and everything. So like I said, the majority of my bulk is gonna be 85% whole food plant-based, and the remaining will leave room for processed foods or things like, you know, nut milks and other plant milks and nut butters, seed butters, just things that maybe like some bread, stuff that's a little bit more processed, but still, like I said, as clean as possible. I'm gonna be making a lot of stuff at home, meal preps and all that stuff, which I will make videos for in the future, like what I eat in a day while I'm on this bulk. This will be like a whole series. This vegan bulk situation will be like a whole series. And when I do have treats, because I'm not going to restrict myself and say like, oh, I can't have these vegan donuts because I'm doing a clean bulk and I have to eat clean all the time. Like, no. If I'm going to have treats, I'm going to try and have them on leg days just so that all that extra calories goes to the muscles that I'm trying to work on the most. But regardless, I'm not going to restrict myself. If I feel like I want to have a vegan donut, we're going to have it. So I mentioned before that I'm going for a minimum of 60 grams of fat per day, and these are all, that fat is all gonna come from good fat sources like avocados, nuts, nut butters, seeds, seed butters, what am I missing? Olive oil, coconut oil, just really whole plant-based fat sources, nothing super processed or overly processed, because good fats are good for you. Good fats will not make you fat. Like we talked about, the only way that you gain weight is if you eat more calories than you burn. So another thing that I'm gonna be using for my clean bulk, just to kind of make sure that I'm getting a balanced diet and I'm getting everything I need, is Dr. Greger's Daily Dozen. It's an app. Dr. Greger, he is the founder of nutritionfacts.org, and he also wrote the book How Not to Die. The app basically is just like his recommendations for the foods that you should be eating every single day. So I'm gonna be kind of using that app as a guideline to make sure that I'm hitting all the different nutrients that I want aside from just carbs and protein and fats. I'm just gonna be using it as a guideline for my clean bulk. So the app is free in the App Store. This is not sponsored or anything. It's just, I'm gonna be using that app as a guideline to make sure that I'm getting everything that I need health-wise, not just macro-wise. No, Sophie. So one thing that I got asked a lot about is like the supplements that I'm gonna be taking, or do I take any supplements or any of those things. So I have been taking a couple. Nothing too crazy. I've been using pre-workout sometimes. I don't always use it because I do also take BCAAs during my workouts. So on the days that if I'm feeling like a little extra tired or I want an extra boost of energy, I'll take pre-workout. And then every workout I drink BCAAs during my workout, and then during my bulk, after the workout is done, I take creatine, and let me show you the brand that I'm using. I'm using the Genius brand. I really like them because, again, this is not sponsored. I really like them because the ingredients are super clean, everything in it's really clean, there's nothing artificial. It has other benefits aside from just the BCAAs or just the creatine. It's vegan, all that good stuff. So these are the BCAAs. It'll focus. And then this is the creatine, and also they both taste really, really good. Like this one tastes like a green Jolly Rancher, if you know what I'm talking about. And then the BCAAs, it's orange, but I don't know, it's not like, neither of them are overly sweet. Like they're just, it's sweet enough where it tastes good, but it's not like too much sugar, if that makes sense. I don't really like anything that's super sweet. So for me, the flavors are perfect. And I told you can get that brand on Amazon. They're pretty affordable. I think for the fact that there's nothing artificial in it and it's all natural, it's all vegan, and it has a bunch of other benefits, it's worth the price that you'll pay for it, but it's not like overly expensive at all. And it lasts a good amount of time too. Oh yeah, and I'm also using protein powders for shakes. So right now the protein powders that I'm using that I have at home, I have Tone It Up in vanilla, which is a really nice flavor. I haven't tried the other Tone It Up flavors. I've only had the vanilla one, and I like it. I found it at Target. I also have Purely Inspired chocolate, which I really like. I've also had the Purely Inspired vanilla, which was also really good too. Purely Inspired is one of my favorites, and they're actually super affordable too, so that's good to know. And I'm also gonna be trying Planet Protein's protein powder when it comes out. So when I get that and I try it and everything, I will post about it in the next video, or I'll probably, whenever I have it, I'll talk about it and I'll like review what I think of it. I'm really excited to try it because I've had their protein bars before. Awesome. So I really can't wait for their protein powder. So I will be using protein powder, BCAAs, creatine, and sometimes pre-workout depending on the day. I've never used creatine before in my life, or BCAAs. This is the first time that I've ever really experimented with them. So I'm excited to see if they make a difference, if I like how it goes. So this is a little experiment. We'll see how it goes. So just to give you guys an idea of some of the bulking kind of meals I'll be making, I made a list of stuff that I definitely will be having, that I'll be having often, and just to give you some ideas as well if you're bulking with me and you want some ideas. So protein smoothies, for sure. Definitely a base of bananas, and then you can add other fruit. You can add oats in the smoothies. Protein powder, of course. You can add nut butters, seeds, different other health powders like vegan collagen, flaxseed meal, whatever. And you can also, if you're someone who like desperately really needs to gain weight, not just for gain purposes, but just to gain weight in general, you can add either olive oil or coconut oil to your smoothies. And you don't, the coconut oil has more of a taste than the olive oil. It has like a more coconutty flavor to it, but you can add those to get in extra calories and extra fat if you're really looking to gain weight. So that's a little tip there. And I usually have those smoothies with either plant milk or water, depending on what's in it and what mood I'm in that day. Tofu scramble with tempeh bacon, either as itself like that or on a sandwich. Definitely really good. And I like to use Dave's Killer Bread, if you've ever heard of that brand. You know what I'm talking about. If you've never heard of it, it's my favorite bread. I love it. Buddha bowls are a staple regardless of what diet I'm doing, just because they're so easy, and I can meal prep. Like the, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm spacing. Oh, like the grains. I can meal prep the protein that goes into it. I can meal prep the vegetables that go into it. It's just so easy to throw together. So Buddha bowls will definitely be a staple with lots of hummus. TVP taco bowls. TVP is textured vegetable protein. It's super cheap, super easy to cook with, and it comes out like, when you flavor it correctly, it comes out like a beefy, like ground beef basically. So it's really easy to make like tacos or taco bowls or burritos or anything that you would want like a ground beef type of thing, and you don't want to go and buy like the vegan mock meat type of stuff. It's awesome. I love TVP. And then of course, vegan mac and cheese. And my favorite vegan pasta to use is the Banza chickpea pasta. I really like it because the ingredients are clean. It has a ton of protein, a ton of fiber, and a good amount of carbs. So it's perfect for hitting macros, and it's really, really good, and it's super clean. So Banza chickpea pasta, either if that's mac and cheese or if it's just with regular tomato sauce, pasta will be a staple. Smoothie bowls, more like if I'm craving something sweet and I want to get it, or if I need to get in more protein or more fats or whatever, because smoothie bowls you can put granola on top, nut butters, coconut, more fruit, dried fruits, any of those things. So smoothie bowls, also a staple. Oats, oatmeal in the morning, another really easy breakfast that's easy to add in macros, especially if you blend. When I make oats, I like to blend them in the blender with a banana and almond milk and protein powder and cook them that way, because like sometimes the texture of oats, I don't know, is off-putting to me. I don't know if that's weird or not, but when I blend them up and then I cook them all nice and creamy, that makes it so much more enjoyable for me to eat them that way. So that's usually how I do it. So oats, easy, can add fruit on top of it, nut butters again, really easy to get macros with that. And then I'm thinking about, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I'm thinking about coming up with a homemade protein bar recipe, like something that you can make at home that's whole food, plant-based and healthy and has really good macros, and it's just vegan, of course. So I'm thinking about doing that. If I decide to pursue that idea and I come up with something, I make a recipe that comes out really good, I will make a video about it. So homemade protein bars, it's a maybe. It's an idea. It's floating around in my brain space. It might happen. So there's everything that you need to know about the food aspect of my bulk, what I'll be eating, the macros that I'll be aiming for, some meal ideas. So now let's talk about the workouts. So my workout split, I'm going to, again, probably adjust it over time depending on how my body reacts and the results that I'm seeing. And sorry guys, my camera stopped recording. Okay, so what was I talking about? Oh yeah, my workout split. So 2 leg days, 1 day for back and biceps, 1 day for shoulders, tries, and chest. And then I'm still gonna be doing 1 day for HIIT and abs, just because cardio is really good for your heart. It's just good health-wise, and I enjoy doing it. So on my other days, I'm not really doing much cardio aside from like my 5-minute warm-up. So that's gonna be really like the only day I'm doing cardio, but it's really just maybe like a 8 to 10 minute HIIT session and then some abs. And I'm gonna be doing abs most likely on the back and bicep days and the shoulders, tries, and chest day. Leg days are way too long for me to do abs on those days, but I still wanna incorporate abs because during this bulk, I want to strengthen my core and build up my ab muscle so that eventually when I go back into like shredding, or I decide to do a cut, when I shred off some of that body fat underneath will be really strong and defined abs. In theory, hopefully, if all goes well, if all goes to how I'm planning this in my head, that's what'll happen. So that's why I'm still doing abs on this bulk, and like I said, I'm gonna do 1 day of HIIT. So yeah, that'll be my workout split. Let's see. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, so a major key when it comes to building muscle is progressive overload. Progressive overload is when you gradually increase the amount of weight that you use on particular exercises over time. This increases your strength, and it also helps to encourage muscle growth. So there are 5 exercises that I'm gonna be progressively overloading, and those are hip thrust, leg press, squats, lat pull down, and dumbbell curls. So I have a spreadsheet that I made in my phone that I'm keeping track of all these workouts. I'm putting the date and the amount of weight and the amount of reps that I do each session. So what I would like to do is each session that I do these exercises, sorry, my foot just slipped. Each time that I do these exercises, I'm logging them and I'm logging the weight, and each time I'm going to increase that weight, even if it's only by like a couple pounds. The goal isn't to, increase the weight by 10 or 20 pounds every session. It's just as long as you're gradually increasing the amount of weight you're using, even if that's only by like 5 pounds, that will improve your strength and encourage muscle growth. And I chose those exercises because they align with my goals the most. Obviously, hip thrusts are super important for booty gains, leg press, and then squats as well. A lot of my goals are like leg and booty focused, so that's why there's 3 of them that I'll be progressively overloading. And then lat pull down because I just really want to improve my back muscles, and I want to I want to see where I can take my lats. So that's why I'm doing that one. And then dumbbell curls, my arms. I've never, like, my arms have always been so skinny and they've always been just like small. So I really want to see if I can build up my strength in my arms, because that's my weakest point, is my arms, which is why I'm progressively overloading dumbbell curls. So I'm excited for that. I've never really had much arm strength, so we'll see how that goes. And I'm also gonna be doing a mixture of low rep, high volume days and high rep, low volume days. And pretty much every session is gonna have some exercises that are focused on higher volume, lower reps. And then I'm gonna throw in some hypertrophy exercises, which is more higher reps and lower weight. So it's gonna be a mixture of the two depending on the day and depending on the exercises that I have planned for myself that day. But I think a mixture of the two combined with the calorie surplus will produce very good gains. We will see if I am correct. I'm gonna be making, the link below will be for the Facebook group that I'm making for this, for the challenge, the bulking challenge. And in that Facebook group, you guys can ask me questions, you can talk to each other. It's like a little support vegan bulking community situation. And I will also be sharing some workouts. Like, I might just give you guys, you know, some free workout sessions in this group as well. So join that. Link is in the description below. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that covers everything that I could be talking about my bulk, and I talked about macros and my workout split and meal ideas. And yeah, so if you have any questions about bulking on a vegan diet or gaining weight on a vegan diet or anything like that, drop them in the comments, send me a Twitter message, send me an Instagram message, email me, whatever you want. You can ask your questions and I will find some way to answer you. And also, if you would like to join me on this vegan bulking journey, join the Facebook group. And like I said, I might throw in some free workouts in there. We can discuss, we can have conversations, you can ask questions, post your results, be a fun little vegan bulking community. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching. Thanks for your support, whether it's here or on Twitter or wherever you follow me. Just thank you, seriously, because without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do this. And if you like this video and you want more videos like this, or what I eat in a day or anything, leave your suggestions below or tweet me or whatever. But like this video and please subscribe if you would like to see more, because your support and knowing that you like my content is how I'm able to make more. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and yeah, see you in the next video, and happy bulking. Can't wait to see your results. Don't bite me. Stop. You're such a brat. You were such a brat. Stop. Stop. Please. Enough. Ow. Why are you having a tantrum? I'm gonna put you on the ground.